So this weekend, Glendale was the first time that we've actually been able to see what Roczen is capable of this season. He's had a rough start. He hasn't had the best start to the season. Nobody really has. I mean, Jett's the only two-time winner, but nobody's had a consistent 5-6 rounds, however many we've had. Everybody seems to have had at least 2 bad races, but Ken, more than that. But we got to see him lead the whole race. We got to see where his speed actually is at on that Suzuki, and I got to say, it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It's crazy that he's going that fast on that bike. And one of the only things I could think of was, man, I kind of wish Jett was up there too. I want to see them battle. They've obviously had some differences in the past. SuperMotocross, the whole gifting, win, whatever. I want to see them straight up battle again, just like that. Because after this weekend, it kind of seems like Roczen, maybe not, but at least at Glendale, seems to be the only one that has the pure speed that Jett has during the main. All these guys during practice and stuff, they're able to put down some crazy laps, but consistently in the main, we haven't really seen anybody that can hang with Jett's speed, at least when it's dry, until this weekend. So what I wanted to do was see how their speed really did compare to each other, because when Jett got into 4th and then he went and tracked Tomac down, he had a clear track. And then obviously Roczen in the lead had a clear track. So we can compare their lap times to see if they were similar or not. When Jett got into 4th, I found on the broadcast, he went over the finish line and he was about 13 seconds back. And however many laps it took him to get up to Tomac, when they first showed him right at the back of Tomac, I looked, he was still about 13 seconds back, which means that he didn't gain anything on Roczen when Roczen was pulling away from both Anderson and Tomac. Anderson a little bit, Tomac a little bit more, but he was faster than those two guys. And Jett was pretty much the exact same. So on the lap chart, it shows Jett going over the finish line in 4th place for the first time on lap 6. And then he's going over the finish line in front of Tomac in 3rd on lap 15. So he was behind Tomac for a few laps. So what I did was I took the lap times of Roczen, Jett, and Anderson from lap 6 to 12. I just guessed around 12. Just to see what the averages were. See who was the fastest over those 6-7 laps. And what I found was that Roczen is actually the best, just a little bit over Jett. And Anderson was a little bit behind. Not too much, but a little bit. So that's pretty interesting that over those laps that I think Jett had a clear track. I don't think he was up to Tomac yet on lap 12, but he could have been. But those laps that Roczen was actually a little bit faster on average. And we can take out lap 12 and see that Roczen was still on average faster. And we can even take out lap 6 if you want, just to see. And when you take out lap 6, they're almost identical. And if you want to take out lap 6 and 12, which were actually Jett's 2 worst laps, Jett is just barely ahead of Roczen. I think, though, that lap 6 through 12 is fair on when Jett had a clear track, and Roczen obviously did as the leader. And it's pretty cool to see that they were that close to each other. And you got to wonder at this point if Roczen, how much he's managing. Obviously, towards the end of the race, he's managing the lead a lot because he has a pretty decent one over Anderson. But the middle of the race, you got to wonder if he's managing it all, if he's still pushing. Jett obviously was, because he's trying to get up to Tomac, and we saw that with how many times he came up short on that triple, which was super weird. Jett was obviously pushing. So when Jett's pushing and Roczen is most likely finding a groove, a fast groove though, Roczen was still a little bit faster, which is crazy. I didn't think that anybody would have the raw speed over Jett. I thought that if anybody was going to win, it was going to be like how Roczen did. Roczen gets a whole shot, leads every single lap. Jett, not a good start, kind of gets into some trouble and then has to work his way up. But seeing this, I would be curious if Roczen got the whole shot and Jett in second, if Jett can find that speed, which he probably can because it's Jett, to get past Roczen and still win, or if Roczen has that speed to keep Jett behind him and battle him. That's a big thing I was thinking of, and something I hope we're going to be able to get in one of these future rounds. I think a lot of it will have to do with track conditions. Roxon's really good at this kind of dry, slick stuff. Jett's really good when the track starts breaking down a lot. So East Coast tracks and stuff, I think Jett's going to be insanely good. The thing with Jett that I haven't heard many people talk about is it seems like his brain is working faster than everybody else. It's not so much his technique and straight up speed. It's like he's seeing things quicker than everybody else. So he's reacting to things quicker than everybody else. I don't know. It's something I've been noticing. Either way, whatever. We deserve a good battle between Roczen and Jett. And I hope that we can get it before the end of the season. That'd be really cool. And I hope that it's just continues to be competitive for the rest of the rounds. And I hope that Roczen can get into this championship battle because that would be really, really cool. Anyways, that's what I was thinking. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll keep trying to make more. Bye.